We aren't here to talk about challenges. We're here to talk about the plugs that pay me.
We're here to talk about a challenging person.
Listen, I love Alexis. I love her dearly. She has.
What is this? What?
I'm just getting my. I'm getting my.
Some of us are soft doms and some of us are hard doms, Jesse. It's okay.
All right.
Okay.
So you've got some lyrics. I remember looking them over.
Well, propriety is a thing. Let's talk about what we're talking about.
Let's talk about it.
So tonight, the song is called "The Plugs That Pay Me," and there's an easy way for me to do this. Let me read to you what I wrote to ChatGPT because it kind of just tells the tale for me.
Oh boy.
And I may have to edit some of this because I didn't think about reading this out loud.
Were you mad at the time? Or
I may have been. He
was upset. He GPT'd angrily, and this is going to be bad.
We'll see how it goes. Okay, so I said to ChatGPT, I said, "Time for lyrics and an album cover for the next episode of Sessions. Are you ready?" I always ask it like it's going to say no. I'm busy.
It's like, fuck off, man. I've got better shit to do than deal with your ass tonight.
My mental load is overwhelming. No, it was like it said, "Absolutely, I'm ready. Hit me with that vibe concept or any keywords you're working on for this next Sessions episode. What's the theme, tone, or story you want to tell with the lyrics and cover to reflect? Also, is there a particular style you want for the cover art, or should I just match it to the mood of the song?" And I said, "I need a song about the plugs that pay me based on Here Comes the Money by Naughty by Nature," which for those that may or may not know this, it was the song that Shane McMahon used to come out to in the WWE. So here's the skinny. The song is a gentle Jesse. There's no reason to get upset here. There's no reason to get hostile with me. My goodness.
Okay.
This is a gentle jibe at Alexis. By the way, it knows Alexis.
Jesus Christ.
Alexis was asked to come on maybe a handful of shows 10 years ago. First Long Road to Ruin and then one episode of Source Material. I'm going to double back on some of this, but let me just get through what I wrote. And then one episode of Source Material because I decided we needed to review Mockingbird, ask me about my feminist agenda for National Women's Day. And then she kept asking to come on Source Material. She eventually started to ask to come on TV Party Tonight and Damn You Hollywood. And because I'm nice and she wasn't a pain in the ass yet, I said yes. But that's when Alexis's other side that I was warned about came out. Yeah, Sean told me this was going to happen. I was like, oh, she'll be fine. Mm-hmm. She had asked to come on her show and then complained that she wasn't being paid. Mind you, while I've occasionally earned some money to cover a month's worth of costs, this has never been a money-making earning project, which has always bugged me. So I found it especially insulting that one, I didn't ask her to be on anything. She asked to be on herself. More the Damn You Hollywoods than anything else. And two, she thought she deserved to be paid. Now, I would come to find out that this is her quirky sense of humor, but it comes across to me as obtuse and entitled. Now, I politely told her to stop doing it, and kept it up, and she kept it up anyway. I yelled at her once, and she laughed. As we've discussed before, I've come to realize she responds well to harsh treatment. Soft doms, soft subs, hard doms, hard bratty subs. Bratty. She responds well to harsh treatment, but if you treat her nicely, she responds poorly or not at all. And I'm not here to psychoanalyze her. It's just my observation.
I was going to say, you are doing a damn good job here, I guess.
When I started making fun of her for it, it stopped. But in all of this, she coined the phrase, "Now for the plugs that pay me," which is a reference to her plugging her jewelry making business, Honeysuckle Rose Creations. So I want the song to reflect all of this. In addition, our plug section has always been problematic, as you can tell from the transcripts. People start bringing up new topics or take forever or just go into business for themselves.
Oh, man.
Robert! I've always... Excuse me, I had something in my throat. I've joked our plug section is longer than our reviews. Now, look, I love Alexis to death. I really do. She is a great friend. She's somebody I care for dearly. This is not... I'm not doing this to hurt the woman's feelings.
Not a hit.
Does she drive me up the fucking wall? Yes. I mentioned quite a few times the horse that I beat is now rotting and full of maggots. About her muting me on the Bondsman show. Look, sometimes she's like on point, and sometimes she's like an autistic retard. I don't know what to say. I don't know what it is, but she's like, get me out of here. Like, she just, like, that pendulum just swings, man. Like, she's cool. Sometimes she's cool on the other side of the pillow. Other times she's just a total brat. And it's like, I never know what I'm going to get with her. But you can say that with a lot of the guys on here, including myself. You know, sometimes I'm in a great mood and stuff doesn't bother me. And sometimes I'm ready to fucking quit this podcast. So, speaking of quitting the podcast, you still with me?
No, I'm here. My son dropped down. He's like, I'm going to keep the door open. I'm like, okay, God, that's fine.
So
yes,
anyway,
I'm still here. I haven't left. I'm worried that I didn't look at these lyrics. That's what I'm worried about.
It's okay. I'll read them.
All right.
And then we'll edit as necessary. I think it's funny, the song. But this is more, like I said, do you remember the Christmas trivia show where I lost my fucking mind with her?
I remember the trivia shows. I don't remember what happened. I don't think so. Please,
she did the whole thing about, you know, she'll ask to come on a show or ask to do something and then act like it's a big burden. And this is the thing that's always stuck in my craw with her. She acts like I never asked Alexis to. In the past, I never really asked Alexis to do anything. She asked to come on, and then she would be like, and then she acted like it was a burden for her to come on, and that she needed to be paid for her time, which I get was her trying to make a joke out of things, but I always thought that was an asshole thing to do to somebody, and like this is what I mean by, like, sometimes like her sense of humor is aligned with normal appropriate behavior, and sometimes it's way off base. That being said, let me say something nice about Alexis so that Jesse doesn't end the show early. When I cut back on podcasts, she was the one that stepped up and said, I'll help. Yeah. Now, it was some of that self-serving, sure, but that's fine. Generally speaking, most of us don't do something that's entirely, you know, that's the word I'm looking for, magnanimously, you know, without any self-interest at all. There's another word I was looking for, but I don't want to hem and haw over it. So, you know, was it self-serving for her? Sure. But did it help me out? Absolutely. Was she the only one? Yes. I mean, Ronnie was like a deep fourth in there, but like he did like 3 shows. So she's the one that learned how to do Spreaker. StreamYard. She's the one that has tried to bring new people into the Rattleton Broadcasting Network.
We've got quite a few because of her.
Yeah, exactly. She's she's a good friend. She's an invaluable member of the team. It's unfortunate that there are times I want to headbutt her in the face, but but you know what? I would be remiss if I didn't say I'm sure there's time people want to stab me too. So I mean, what goes around comes around. I would never want her to leave and go do something else. She's valuable and she's pretty good at this. When she wants to be. Does that mean she's, not going to suffer the wrath of my satire? Absolutely not. Everyone gets a pinch and tickle.
Oh goodness.
So, and then, like I said, I just want to address the other thing really quick. Like I said, the plug should only take a minute or two. A quick tell people where they can find you and what you're doing, and it like becomes its own podcast. It's like the gag reel on source material. It's its own. It has become its own thing. Like we could, you used to do a podcast called What Got Cut, and it was just the tangents from your show. I could do an entire other podcast called Just the Plugs.
I noticed how you got plugs run long down here in the graphic at what would be the parental advisory, I think.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Let me put up the banner really quick.
It looks great.
Plugs run long. Fucking great. The AI knows me well.
Indeed. What are you looking at?
No, I was trying to put everything back together again. All right, so you want to get into these lyrics now?
Yeah, I definitely do. I want to know what we need to change because I feel like there's going to be a bit of stuff.
Okie dokie. Y'all know what time it is? Plug section, baby. Longest part of the damn show. Roll the tape. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle cash flow ain't no maybe. Talking about plugs, yeah, the plugs that pay me. Sit tight. This segment's going to run past 80.
80. Okay.
Right, 80 hours. Started with a guest spot on one little show, Long Road to Ruin, just filling a row. Can I come back? She slid into my DM, source material calling. Hey, I'm free again. Mockingbird reviews, feminist agenda. Ride, then she hit TVPT DYH real wide. Did I ask? Hell no. That invite was hers. But now she's cracking jokes like she's earned a purse. You gonna pay me? Girl, are you high? This kick barely pays for the Wi-Fi.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Oh, you're ready to throw out the whole rest of it, huh?
No, I love it.
Nice,
keep going.
It's cute the first time, then it gets rough. Kept smiling sweet while I'd had enough.
Uh-oh.
Told you to chill, but the bit rolled on until I snapped back. Now the jokes are gone. But yeah, she coined it. It'll give her the line. So here's your flowers. Now it's plug time. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs to pay me. Honeysuckle hustle. Craft so wavy.
Craft so wavy?
Listen, I've heard a lot of rap songs where they just straight up make up words. I'm fine with it.
Okay, all right, fine.
Talking about plugs, the plugs that pay me. Whole damn outro like a second show, baby.
Yeah, you just said that.
Look, I just want to say thanks to the guests, but if your plugs take longer than the review, we got a problem.
That's bridge spoken. I like that.
2 minutes tops. Yeah, that's what they swear. 15 deep. We still stuck in that chair. God, this is every damn you Hollywood these days. Books, bands, side gigs. Wait, one more thing. Suddenly we're talking wrestling and bling. It's the Wild West. I just gave up trying. Plugs so long, sponsors stopped buying. Well, they never really did.
I was going to say, wait. Who did we actually? We had sponsors at one point. It wasn't us. But the network had, like, we were doing
Amazon and Grammarly. Yeah.
Yep.
Chaos reigns, but my patience is thin. But hey, that's the podcast life. Let's plug it again. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs to pay me. Plug section longer than Scorsese.
Okay. All right. Good one.
Talking about plugs. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. End of the show? Nah, just sit down. Maybe. That's it. That's the plug. Support the artist, buy the merch, tip your host. But if you want to get paid, first check whose idea it was for you to be there. Please.
Oh, jeez! Crying out loud!
I just read that for the first time, and it's somebody because he's texting me currently about the bondsman, so I'm like half paying attention to this and half paying attention to that. So she sent me like a crying emoji, and I'm like, is she listening to the show? And they're like, no, she's crying about the bondsman. So as I'm saying that, I'm reading the part that says support the artist, buy the merch, tip your host. But if you want to get paid, first check whose idea it was for you to be here. Peace. And I'm not even realizing what I just said as I read it.
Damn.
All right, Jesse, I'm going to give you, because I am a magnanimous dictator, I'm going to give you final edit on these lyrics.
Final edit?
It
ain't going to be me editing anything. You know what I'm going to do? I'd take this whole thing and say, make this nicer.
Yes. I fucking quit. No,
I mean, look, this is, again, we talked about how the T in GPT was therapy. All right. You are working through your stuff here with this. So, I've got the lyrics here in front of me.
I honestly didn't think it was that bad.
No, I mean, look, this is, I'm trying to see, like, there's a couple things that I feel like they're not like overly mean. This is fine.
I actually think this was quite a soft touch considering how frustrated I've gotten with her at times. Look, there was the show. It was Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, where at the end, we're at the end, I humiliated her, and I thought it was so funny. I cut it for TikTok, and I showed it to an ex-girlfriend who was a girl I was dating at the time, now ex-girlfriend, and she was like, "That is uncomfortable to watch."
Oh,
and
no.
I'm like, "Why?" I'm like, "Why? It's hilarious." She was like, "If you did that to me, I would break up with you."
Yeah.
So this, by comparison to that, much nicer.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I'm going to go ahead and throw it in and we'll see what we get. As for the prompt, You have more music styles with better genre quality, richer vocals. Real quick, I'm going to share my screen. So because we have had some advancements in the Suno space.
Before this goes any further, are we really going to change the lyrics? Are you really trying to soften this?
I'm not changing. I'm not going to change anything. This is your piece. This isn't me. This is your piece.
I just don't think it's that mean.
You're talking to the wrong person to give you that opinion. You are talking to the wrong person to say if this is mean or not. I don't enjoy.
Oh, that's true. You're kind of.
I do not enjoy conflict. I'm afraid that I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings ever.
Okay. Then I'm taking away final edit from you because you're the worst judge of this sort of
thing. I'm not going to do anything with it because I would hurt, I don't know. I don't want to do anything and I don't know. So yeah, that's good. Take it away from me. What else you want to do here before I share my screen? Anything?
No, let's get into making the song.
All right. I love it. All right. So share my screen.
This should not be that difficult tonight. This shouldn't be like the last two shows where we really struggled trying to figure out our sound because I just want rap song.
Yeah. All right. And I need to share entire screen. Sharing system audio. Click that one. Nope. Click this one. All right. So yeah, Suno had, since our last recording, had a fantastic update in my opinion. Suno 4.0 was a good leap forward. However, when you started creating songs, I talked to you a little bit about this. There was something called the shimmer.
The shimmer is gone.
Yes, they have fixed that. Not only did they do that, but they have given us a description here of what 4.5 can do. Greater variety and accuracy in genres, more music styles with better genre quality, richer vocals, enhanced vocal range with greater emotional depth, more complex sounds, subtle musical elements are captured from tone shifts to instrument layering, smarter prompt interpretations, which is really cool, and I'll show you a little bit about that here in a second. I don't know if you've messed around with it or not at all. Your ideas come to life more accurately. Prompt enhancement helper, that's the cool thing. Symbol genre tags can expand into detailed descriptions. Upgraded cover plus personas. Covers now keep more melodic details with improved ability to switch genres and faster creation. And oh my gosh, is it fast? I mean, it is legit. Like, boom, 10 seconds. You've got a full 3-minute song you can go ahead and listen to.
That is a big improvement over what it used to be. I remember when we first started doing this, like when we worked on Queen of the Night way back when that was January of 2024, if I remember correctly. It was a good couple of minutes per song.
Yeah. So I would like to share real quick just one of my recent re-rolls is what we'll call them. Oops, hit the wrong button. I wanted to go to the next page.
Vicodin, marijuana, ecstasy, and alcohol.
What I did with some things is I have taken songs that I created from years ago and threw it into essentially just to recreate them, and I enhanced them. So
you're so far along in your AI music generation career. You're up to making remix albums. Who are you? You're like you're the Al Jorgensen of AI music generation.
Let me show you here, as a matter of fact. So here's all here's all the albums that I've put together so far. Here is the Time to Eat reroll is what I called it. Okay, so I took everything from Time to Eat and I recreated it. There was a song that I created called No Tomatoes, Live from the Kitchen, which had some live elements to it. And I was like, well, I wonder if that would actually translate. So I took it and threw it over and had it re-rolled in 4.5. Now here is the description that after I did the smart prompt, which I'll show you that here in a second, but let me click on this so I can go into the song. Hopefully it won't start playing. There we go. Essentially it was like rock funk That it was real simple. Three words for the style.
Yeah.
And then I hit the smart prompt, and it then took it and put bright horns, syncopated guitar stabs, kick off this live 80s pop funk track, layered over punchy bass and crisp electronic drums, energetic male vocals, lead catchy verses, and a big chorus designed for audience sing-along, culminating in interactive call and response sections. Okay? All right, that's a huge prompt. Let's see if you think it's stuck to it. Here we go.
How y'all feeling out there? Hungry? You might remember this from Time to Eat. Sing it loud! No tomatoes! Ow! Mushy and red, I can't stand it. When you're hiding in my sandwich, you ruin the taste. You're a nasty fruit. Toss them in the trash. Give them the boot. No tomatoes. No tomatoes.
All right, so there you go. That was a reroll.
You have to start sending me your music so I can put it on TikTok. People need that as a sound to like stare dead-eyed or shake their ass to or make content with their husbands. They need to start your music in their life.
No Tomatoes was such a gem from back in the original Time to Eat days.
I don't remember that though from the original album.
Oh yeah, it was on there. We went through it. If I remember correctly, it was the very last song because I put it on there. I put it on there as a it's a live track, and I wanted it to sound like real meta, like this guy was saying, "Hey, you might remember this from Time to Eat."
Okay.
And but anyway, love the original, and this song right here had my 15-year-old go, "Dad, this is a great song."
Play,
like 80s pop funk.
Play Pizza Rolls and Curly Fries.
Okay, you want the original?
No, I want the reroll.
You want the reroll. It is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Let's see it. And let's go back. Way back. So, all right. Tuna pack for lunch. We've got all those great hits, but pizza snacks and curly fries.
That's the one.
That's the one. Here we go. Here's the reroll. Bright, catchy synths set a lively pace, driven by punchy drums and syncopated bass, versus layers, playful guitar riffs, and subtle claps. Here we go.
Late at night when the hunger strikes, gotta satisfy those cravings, gotta do it right. Head to the kitchen, open up the freezer door, reach inside, grab those snacks, we're gonna eat some more. Pizza, snacks, and curly fries, crunchy and cheesy,
right.
They light up our eyes.
One of the things that you can really tell is the vocals have really improved. Like the
shimmer is completely gone, and it's such a fuller, richer sound now.
Yeah. I remember when I did my first generation, sometimes you'll run into some situations where it sounds kind of like almost like it's muffled.
Mm-hmm.
But that's few and far between. That's probably about the only complaints that I really have. The vocals is what really knocked me out. There is a moment, or excuse me, there is a thing that goes around where people say that nobody will enjoy AI music because it'll never have that feeling like it has a soul.
Right.
And with 4, I understood that. With 4.5, it is, I mean, dude, this gap is just becoming so small between what it can actually pass for a real song and what isn't. I mean, I am always asking, like, can you tell this is AI to the people that
the one you made me for Who Is Mark Rattledge? My kids were convinced it was a real person.
Man, the one that I made for myself, because I did the same thing for me,
Yeah.
I mean, I was legit like, holy. There was some hokey stuff in there about comic books because I was like, ChatGPT, make something that speaks to my soul. It's like, oh, a real touching song, and then all of a sudden we're making a reference to a panel in a comic book. But granted, there was some stuff in there about how I was talking about like how I was lost in that 8-bit dream, and I was like, there's some nostalgia for me is a big thing. And that really, really spoke. So I'm really curious as to what I say when we roll this tonight. GPT gave us a big prompt. And the good thing is that Suno can take that prompt and number one, it can roll with what we got, and it can also enhance that prompt too, if we want to give that a shot. So,
well, the prompt was mostly it needed to understand the relationship between me and Alexis, and also why I'm making an entire song about our plug section. It needed context. So that a lot of that prompt is just me telling a story. In terms of the music, it's just a hip hop song.
Yeah, that's where I was going. When I say prompt, I'm talking about the style. I definitely wasn't talking about the lyrics. The prompt, it's the prompt for the style is that's where there's an enhancement for that. So you just hit a button and it can enhance it and maybe make it. It tries to stick with what you had there, but also add stuff to it. And it could be a huge prompt. So this one that they gave us is, I think it'll work. And also, I have not seen any problems. I want to knock on wood with Suno not ending a song. Remember how many times we'd have to sit there and
where it just would go to the extended outro. So one thing I want to be very clear about here with our prompt. So Naughty by Nature was a 90s rap group. Let me quick bring that up. I actually brought up the wiki. Naughty by Nature is an American hip hop group from the East Orange, New Jersey in 1986, consisting of Tretch, Vin Rock, and DJ KG. Their years active when OPP came out. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me. 86 to 2002. That is a very distinctive era of hip hop. And I bring that up because the girlfriend and I have been listening to a lot of rap lately. And it would be like me, and I would put on like West Side Connection, basically anything Ice Cube, in all his 50 different side projects, or LOX or Wu-Tang Clan. And then she's like, can I put a rap song on that I like? And she puts on Kanye West.
Oh.
And I'm not knocking her for her enjoyment of Kanye. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that Kanye is a very modern rap sound. That's not what I want. I don't want auto-tuned, overly produced kind of it's a living. Yeah.
Still haven't made a song of that. I forgot all about making a song with that in it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I still need to try to find the clip for you. But I want that early to mid 90s strictly rap sound.
Okay. All right.
I don't want it to get to like the overly produced stuff that comes out years later.
Gotcha. Bear with me. What I'm going to do here, I need to grab our style prompt because I think you threw it in the chat and for some reason I didn't grab it. I don't think.
Well, the style prompt was oops, I'm in the wrong thing. The style prompt was a song about the plugs that pay me based on Here Comes the Money by Naughty by Nature. That's it.
Okay. That was it. Well, I can't name artists in this. If I put that in the style, it's going to flag it and not produce. Let's do early. You were just rattling off the genre there. Early 90s hip hop.
Yeah. Hip hop, 90s rap. Trying to think of something that makes Naughty by Nature like distinctive.
There's callbacks. Is that what was gang vocals? Is there gang vocals in that? I feel like maybe not. Anyway,
the group released a song "Here Comes the Money" that has constantly been used as the entrance theme for Shane McMahon in the WWE. You know what? Do like
walkout music.
Walkout music, yeah.
Music for a wrestling event. All right, I want to just hit magic prompt here, see what we get.
Okay.
I'll read it to you. A hard-hitting early 90s hip-hop track with gritty sampled drum breaks, booming bass, sharp brass stabs, and turntable scratches. I do love the turntablism every once in a while. Verses deliver steady, aggressive energy over a hypnotic loop, while the hook explodes with layered chants and bold synth textures, perfect for crowd hype.
Okay, hit it.
Here we go, Darren. Let's see what we get. Some of the stuff, just to kind of point this out, used to be back in the past, we had to be kind of Suno did not do good with stuff that said like spoken in parentheses by the bridge or any other kind of weird thing that was trying to describe what the next verse was supposed to do. It does it fine now, and our songs are already done. So here we go. Here is our first one. Here we go. This is the first bit of the plugs that pay me. Here, let's see what we see what we get.
Yeah.
How these lyrics are going to pull out. This is going to be a...
Yeah. Y'all know what time it is. Plug section, baby. Longest part of the damn show. Roll the tape. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle cash flow. Ain't no maybe. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. Sit tight. This segment's gonna run past 80. Started with a guest spot, one little show. Long road to ruin, just filling a road. Can I come back? She slid in my DMs. Source material calling. Hey, I'm free again.
Oh, shit.
Her review,
Nice.
then she hit DYH real wide. Did I ask? Hell no. That invite was hers, but now she's cracking jokes like she earned her a purse. You gonna pay me? Girl, are you high? This gig barely pays for the Wi-Fi. It's cute the first time, then it gets rough. Kept smiling sweet while I'd had enough. Told you to chill, but the bit rolled on until I snapped back. Now the jokes are gone, but yeah, she coined it. I'll give her the line. So here's your flowers, and now it's plug time. Here comes the plugs. Here comes the plugs that pay me. Honeysuckle hustle, craft soul free. It's all about plugs. Yeah, the plugs that pay me. Whole damn outro like a second show, baby. Look, I just want to say thanks to the guests. But if your plugs take longer than the review, we got a problem. 2 minutes tops, yeah, that's what they swear. 15 deep, we still stuck in that chair. Books, band, side gigs, wait, one more thing. Suddenly we're talking, wrestling and bling. It's the Wild West, I just gave up trying. Plugs so long, sponsors stop buying. Chaos reigns, my patience is thin. But hey, that's podcast life, let's plug it again. Here comes the plugs, here comes the plugs that pay me. Plug section longer than Scorsese. Talking about plugs, yeah, the plugs that pay me. End of the show, nah, sit down, maybe. That's it. That's the plugs. Support the artist, buy the merch, tip your host. But if you want to get paid, first check whose idea was for you to be here. Peace.
Woo! Let me tell you something.
I don't think it's getting better than that. I want to get another one, but
Damn good,
unless I pops a boner that knocks my computer off the desk, we're done. I got it.